Hi friends, it's Monday, August 24th, 2021, and it is 1:40. And I've been working, excuse me, off and on for a few days on my glue book, so I was going to do it again, and I thought, well, maybe I ought to be sharing this. Same old story. I finished the other book that I was working on. This is one, and I don't think I put the starting date. Nope. But this one is kind of a different book. It's mainly my own painty papers. This is just all kinds of rows of them. And they're anywhere from regular papers to my deli papers that I stained or painted. And I'll go back and add different things. But then sometimes like this, you can see this, it looks like feathers. So if I think that the paper is just so pretty it stands on its own, then I won't add anything. Anyways, so it's just kind of a sample book to show what my painty papers look like. Anyways, I'm coming along with it pretty good. It's now this right here, these are from magazines, just edges from magazines. I did start adding some of those too, just to make it a little different. It's almost like one of my little works of art. It's multi-layered. I thought with some of these I would go back and maybe outline them with different kinds of pens and markers, but I don't know, we'll see. This was washi tape that I cut up into little strips. I have shown some of this before, but I've really been this week. I love this one. Look how that looks like a face. And that was just a happenstance. So believe it or not, this is layers. And then I've got one in here. I thought this one was really pretty. Can't say exactly where it is right now, but it was just a napkin that I had wiped paint on. And that's like had something underneath it, and then when I tore out these sections, what I tore it out of, I put those on there. So anyways, that's what I'm going to work on with you today. I've just got all kinds. This was a bookmark that I just kind of wanted to keep. It's kind of a 3D kind of thing. I don't know if you could see the eyes moving. This was one of my papers, and I made these squiggly lines, and then I just cut between it. So that's washi tape. So I do have a few things in here that aren't directly mine, but these are mine. I cut those eyes out and added them. It's a bird stencil, which I didn't think turned out here. That's kind of like where I would cut in between that and take the white part out. So anyways, I have this book that I had collected with my washi papers a long time ago, and so I'm tearing them out and adding them to it. Just like that. So how are you guys doing? Oh, that's a thick paper. I just got back from my sleep doctor. Had a very nice report, as I have been having now for a couple years. He just says I always get an A+. That's the way he puts it. You get an A+. I'm like, that's wonderful. I have to go every 3 months and get my medication renewed, and he checks my CPAP machine And I don't even lay down, not even for 2 minutes without my, sometimes not even a minute, because I will put the CPAP mask on, have the water in it, turn it on, and then I'll lay down. So I never lay down without it. I do have a little bit of a breathing issue from asthma, which I never knew that I had asthma. So if you hear me kind of wheezing or, you know, kind of catching my breath, that's what that's from. I just thought that was me. And I learned a while back, nope, that's asthma. So I was like, didn't even know I had asthma. And they said, well, haven't you ever been prescribed inhalers and checked your breathing? And I said, yeah, but because nobody said asthma, I didn't know that's what I had. For me, I guess you have to spell it out. Looks like I'm out of another one. I used to dig that out, as I've said before, and I just don't. Life is too short, so I just get another one. I was always very economical. And now I'm like, I can afford to waste that much. Oh, okay. Kind of tore, so I'll just, I think I'm gonna do something diagonally. So that's all this is. Nothing exciting to write home about. I just thought I would record and chat them. I have put a couple of fabrics in here too. Let's see. I have my cloth scissors to be able to do that. There, see how easy that cut? Had a quiet weekend. Dawn's golfing with her son right now. Her daughter-in-law drives the cart. I don't go right now, especially, oh golly, I think I glued it together. I don't go out right now because it's in the 90s. And again, probably asthma, but I don't breathe very well. And I get headaches in the sun, and I'm not a sun person. And definitely not a hot weather person. Nope, I'm not. Oh, let's take one that I can rip. Hi, Kendall. Kendall, my doggy's right here. Sitting next to me, aren't you, Kendall? See, I normally take that little white off, but I want to leave the whole. Well, one of my granddaughters had to go into isolation, didn't get start school, or quarantine, I should say, because 3 of her co-workers at her job tested positive for the thing. And so she had 10 days and 2 COVID tests, and she was clear. So I'm very thankful for that. So about as close to home, I'm talking about our immediate family, as we've gotten. And that's my daughter's family that has all the kids. They may have had it at the beginning of 2020, but it was never confirmed. I know they just each got sick in a short period of time, but excuse me, they all healed quickly. Now we've had, in fact, I've got an extended family member right now that's pretty sick with it. Her nurses said that it might be another 14 days before she rounds the corner. So we are praying for her, and she's elderly. And we still have a friend that's been slowly recovering. He was in, I don't know, ICU for, he's got a wife and 2 kids that are just on the side of being grown. And when he came down with it, it affected everything. And praise the Lord, lots of prayer, lots and lots of prayer all over the country went up for him. He and his wife had just finished a Bible college and had gone to a new ministry, or were just on their way there when he came down with it and had to go straight into the hospital. It's kind of an unusual one, isn't it? I don't know what I put on there. Oh, it's the window of an envelope. That's interesting. Don't even remember that. Anyways, his wife had it but got over it really quickly. But he had about every major complication you can imagine at the age of about, I don't know, 44, 43, 44 maybe. But like I said, he had excellent medical care, lots and lots and lots of prayers. And I think, oh, this is layered. Okay. Yeah, this is all layered. Well, isn't that cool? Oh, I know what this was. This was part of a window. This, I don't know, this is just scrap piece. And that's a coffee filter. Definitely believe in the power of prayer. And I'm sure many of you do too. I'm going to put that there and then put it over the top. I don't even know what's on the other page. The whole idea of this is just to have little samples of my jelly prints or my paints or stencils or whatever it is I've done. Okay. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Just a little bit over the edge. Put something maybe small right there. Here's a good one. That was I want my wavy scissors. I like my wavy scissors. This was a stencil. And I love layering. Still on my weight loss. It's going slower because I think I'm eating a little more, and with my sedentary lifestyle I can't eat too much or I don't lose. I'm trying to walk a little more, either in place or on my treadmill that's right here. I do love my treadmill being so available. My oldest granddaughter moved into her, she actually moved into her grandparents' basement. But it's like an apartment. It doesn't have a kitchen, but it has a bathroom, it has a living room, it has a bedroom. She still needs to go, and I don't know if she has a refrigerator or not. She still needs to go up stairs to get out. But she said she slept so good the first day. And found out she got her first day, Thursday of last week. She found out she got her scholarship she had applied for. And this week she finds out if she gets her job that she's applied for. And if she gets it, it's at a hospital. She wants to be a pediatric nurse. And this will be with pediatric care that she will be working for her school. And she found out that most likely she's gotten the job, but if she definitely gets hired, the hospital will pay 100% of her schooling. So can you believe what a blessing? More answered prayer. Lord is so good. She's a wonderful girl, wonderful. She's definitely looking to her future. She does have a boyfriend. They're in love, and they have been for almost a couple years now. And he's got a good job. So between the two of them, I'm just gonna leave that whole. So they're very, very responsible. I call them kids, but you know what I'm saying, young adults. And I think they're going to do well in life. As well as our society and, you know, whatever's going on in the world lets us be at this point. I get 8 of these for $1, so I was using this primarily, but I've got so many of these glue sticks, and I thought I'd better be using them up before they start drying out. I've got that in the book is all I've got of my pinky papers left, which for me means you guys are probably going to be seeing more gel papers being made. Oh, that one's kind of crushed. I've never seen that right there. Doesn't affect the glue, but I've got another book here set up to start doing things out of magazines and books. And I put my painty papers in it. To me, the painty papers is what I call them, but because it's just paint on paper, however it gets there, whether it's from gel paper, gel printing, stencils, just a paintbrush, however it gets there. Let's see, I'm gonna put that to the edge and then go over the side edge. Yeah, it won't affect anything. I hope you can see everything. Yeah, it looks like you can. Of course, I've got more shadow there because of my papers. Yeah. I like this one I made. I've been using it all over the place. Looks like eyes, doesn't it? Since I've got my table set up here in the living room, I can sit down a dozen times a day and just glue for 5 minutes or however long. It was funny, last night I kind of started sighing and Dawn said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah," I said, "I just feel a little anxiety and I'm gonna go glue something." And that was the first time I realized why I like my table here. Because as soon as I start, and I don't know if it's the news we watch, which I know, turn it off, but then we have been watching the old series Cagney and Lacey, which, you know, is good, but I'd probably like something a little more modern, but it seems like we've watched all the good shows that we know we can find. And I think it just makes me nervous after a little bit, or anxious or something, because I don't know if it's nervous energy. I don't know what it is. I don't think of myself as being a nervous person at all. I always think of myself as being pretty laid back, but I think sometimes subconsciously all the things going on in the world right now, and I have a huge empathy for people that are suffering. And yesterday, see, we not only had Afghanistan, and of course my son served over there numerous times in very tough situations because of the type of soldier he is or was. So I can empathize and sympathize with them and the people and just everything. And then this storm Henri, I think is the way they were pronouncing it. I say Henry, but I think they said Henri. And then I heard about the floods. I know I'm just sharing with you guys. I'm just telling you what's been on my heart and mind, and I'm a prayer person, so just praying nonstop for these people. Then I heard Tennessee and North Carolina had that flooding and all that terrible stuff. And then, what was the other thing? I sometimes add these too, just the envelopes. But what was the other? There was something else. Oh, COVID. And then what else was it? Was it the Treasury Department or one of our big government facilities? They just announced yesterday or day before yesterday has been hacked, and they said it happened about 2 weeks ago. Whether they knew about it or exactly what, but they just released that information. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't take all this, because it doesn't make any difference even if I turn the TV off, and even though I'm praying and trusting the Lord with all of it, my heart and my brain and my just everything goes out to these people. Even the one that got hacked, I mean, you know, there's employees there, and besides all the sensitive data, they say that's how our situation over in the war zone, that's how they know where a lot of our people are, is because that got hacked. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Well, I've been watching a lot of your all's videos. I always gotten very attached to watching and finding out what's going on in your all's world. So maybe that's how you feel about me. I don't know. I know there's a few of you that do, but I need to put this more over here. God is so good. He really is. And I know we screw ourselves up. Listen to me. Mess ourselves up. Sorry about that terminology. You know, by some of the dumb decisions that we make. just ask him to forgive us and help us to get out of these situations. Boy, look at that orange. Is that a fluorescent orange or what? You know what I think I'm going to try to do is what I did on that other page I showed you. What I do is I get a square or a rectangle, and then I kind of fold it in half and tear out a section out of the middle. And see, I can glue this down. You know, they went from a watery formula that wasn't working on this glue back to a really tacky glue that's almost clumpy now. Not that I'm complaining, because it sticks like glue. It sticks very, very well. Anyway, so you can put that over something and then it shows you the picture underneath. I kind of like that technique. As far as I know, that's my technique. I haven't seen anybody else do that. Like if you wanted to show a little of both, you could do that. And then if you want to be really fancy, you could do a heart. Well, one of my, see the heart? One of my interests recently has been looking up on YouTube all the old Bee Gees concerts with Barry, Morris, Maurice, and Robin Gibb from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Of course, two of them are gone now, which is Maurice and Robin. And I hadn't heard, but Barry, who was always kind of the lead singer and guitarist, he was the older brother of the Bee Gees. But Robin Gibb, wow, he had a beautiful voice. And then Maurice, he sang the third part, harmony, and then also played keyboard and drums very well. Or not drums, guitar. But anyways, Barry, I did not realize had connected with some of the old stars like Barbra Streisand and a few others, and with Nashville, and had recorded several songs from about 2005 to beginning of 2021. And I have so enjoyed getting caught up on all his music and then just feeling the old music. Don and I got to see up close and personal the Bee Gees in 1975. Don's home. He's getting ready to come in the garage. We were at a little hotel bar that his friend was playing at, and Don even sang a song, and the Bee Gees were at the bar, and there was hardly anybody in the place, just us and the guy playing, and the Bee Gees were sitting at the bar, the three of them. And it was a very, very small place, about the size of a two-car garage. Anyways, they had Don's friend sing a Bee Gees song, and that's who they were. Hi, honey.
Hello. Is your phone dead?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm making a video.
Oh, that's okay.
I didn't know I didn't hear it, or it didn't let me know.
That's okay.
call had come through. Are you hungry?
Yep.
Well, I ate our leftovers for lunch, so.
Oh, this sauerkraut?
Yep.
Okay, I'll find something.
Well, do you want a sandwich? Do you want me to put something in the...
I can just have a sandwich.
Okay. I probably won't be on here too much longer. I've already been on 30 minutes. What was your score?
115.
Oh, no. But you had fun, right?
Yep, had fun.
Okay. I think I'm going to do a circle. Yes, it is. What'd Ryan get?
84.
Aw. He wants to be in the 70s so bad. 84 is excellent. But he wants to be in the 70s.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he's always had a dream of being part of the PGA.
Oh,
And I know I'm kind of telling them on the
okay.
on YouTube. And he's definitely a good golfer, but you have to have how many consecutive in the 70s?
I don't know. You have to be able to prove you can shoot a certain score.
Yeah. In order to even apply to be part of the PGA alumni, you might say, or something. What do they call that? The PGA Association. And boy, that's pretty. God, I hope I can make some of these again. So varied. Was Cherish there, which is our daughter-in-law. She always drives a cart. And who else did you play with? Dan?
Yeah, I played with Dan and Doug, actually, and Doug only played 9. So.
Dan, Doug, and Don?
Yeah, Dan, Doug, and Don.
So if you didn't have a D, you couldn't be in the group?
Well, you have to have some exclusivity.
Some exclusivity. This is a public golf course, and we always call it the country club. And of course, this is the course Don works at. He works 9 to 10 hours once a week there in one day. So it's a long day. But Doug and Dan work there too. So that's how they kind of got to know each other. Sounds like Ryan might have played with somebody else. Maybe the R's. Oh. Ryan is retired military. And even though he's only in his mid-40s, he gets to live a pretty free life, gets to do pretty much what he wants, so it's very nice. And we get to enjoy having a son that doesn't have to be clocking in every day for work and can spend some time with us. So it's a win-win. But he earned it, trust me. He earned that privilege. Without going into any detail. We're very proud of him. Very. Aren't we, honey?
What?
We're very proud of our son.
Yes.
He's Class A #1.
Major packet.
Well. Isn't that a cute little piece? Can't let that little piece go. If you want me to make you something, I will.
Let's do the sandwich. Or I'll just make a wrap. A couple wraps.
Okay. My doctor appointment was good.
Good.
As usual, he said I get an A+.
Good.
And you know what else he told me?
What?
He said, you know, because I told him I've said this before, and he's had me adjust my machine, but I like it probably a little colder than what it blows.
Yeah?
He said you can put ice in the chamber.
Only put ice in it if you're going to make the ice out of distilled water.
Right.
Don't use
tap water.
Water with minerals in it.
Right. But I still had never thought of that. I said it'd be kind of nice just to have it really cold when especially when I'm aware of it. Once I'm asleep, I'm not so aware of it, you know. Oh, I can't get the glue off my fingers. I think I need some help here. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, even though I don't want to really cover up too much of that pretty paper. But this one's pretty too, so how do you pick which one's the prettiest? Looks like I'm gonna have to glue this down. Because like I said, this is definitely layered papers. But that's what gives it the texture. I did watch some videos on Michael Jackson, which I never was a huge Michael Jackson fan. But I found out that Barry Gibb and Michael Jackson were very close. And in fact, Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, his fourth son, was named after Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson was his father, or godfather. So that gave me some interest to look up Michael, and then because of that, I got to watch some of his brothers perform and his nephews, and very talented family. And that got me, because I can't sing worth a dime. I can't sing at all. Nothing. So it made me look up online about why some people can sing and others can't. And they definitely have, it's definitely something I think you're either born with or you're not. They said with enough practice, if you do have some kind of ability, you can learn. I have none. And apparently it stems from the throat, the larynx, the brain, the soul. So there is a reason why, like, the Jacksons have just a humongous family that can sing. And obviously the Bee Gees, it runs in their family, and they're very unusual in the fact that the three of them, I'm going to turn this just a little bit. The three of them, their voices blended so well. And there was a reason for that. And some of it has to do with, it all has to do with genetics and with being raised in the same areas. But some of it's just an unexplained God-given talent, and I know theirs was that way. And I think the Jacksons were probably that way too. It's just you can't explain it. And if you look in the Bible definitely talks about singers, musicians, people that worked with metals, all of this, it runs in families. Bible talks a lot about that type of thing. Just interesting, interesting. So I guess it's true. If you have an ability to sing, you can thank God for it. I've always been a Barbra Streisand fan of her voice. And Barry Gibb and Barbra Streisand in, I don't know, the 70s or 80s, and then in 2000s, made records together. If you want to look those up on YouTube, it's just fascinating. Beautiful songs. And the Bee Gees are known for having written all of these songs that, like, Barbra Streisand sang with Barry and put on a whole album. Those are all Barry Gibb songs. And some of the songs, of course, when his brothers were alive, they wrote with him. Michael Jackson even stayed with Barry Gibb during some of his investigation times for several months. So that was interesting. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to say goodbye till next time, because it's been 42 minutes. And I don't want to bore you all. And if you've stuck with me this long, you're friends. You're definitely friends. And I appreciate you and love you. Not just for watching, but because we're friends. All right. I think that's it. And I will see you again soon.